We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. Welcome back to 184 pounds. It's the Cactus Wrestling Show. Jack and Mike here. Mike M is busy playing volleyball, but we have his brackets. So hopefully his picks aren't too crazy so that we have to flip a coin like we just did for 174 and decide who the winner's going to be. So let's go into 184 here. So we have TJ McDonald of Oregon State, 7-13.
Wow.
He was the one that went on an upset run.
Hmm.
I forget who he beat.
Must have been very upsetting.
Caden Rogers of Lehigh.
Do you think TJ McConnell keeps up his run?
Um, yeah, I think I'll give him
Give
a
him this one?
match. Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah, TJ McDonald.
You got it?
Go off, King.
All right. And then he'll lose to Carter though.
You will.
Carter's direction. Okay, Shane Cartagena Walsh of Rutgers, Gavin Kane, UNC.
Wasn't Walsh like banged up from Big Tens?
Was that the trap arm
That
mat
was the trap
return?
arm slam, yeah.
I think so.
I'm gonna go Kane.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Kane. I
Yeah, because
think
the like I mean like
wasn't he an All-American or pretty close to it?
let
I think something like that.
me see. I think he was close. I don't think he was an All-American though. I think he was.
UNC, they really show out
They
for
do.
nationals. Reese Heller of Pitt versus Devin Hendricks of Bellarmine. Gotta love Bellarmine getting
Bellarmine's got
some.
some studs up there this year.
Remember, Devin Hendricks was the guy that gave Gabe Arnold a very close match early
That's
in the
not.
season.
I mean, to be in fairness to him, Gabe Arnold's not that great this year.
Excuse me, he's the 11 seed.
Yeah, he got like that's really lucky.
He's wrestling out of his weight.
Yeah, that's I. If I'm an Iowa fan, which I'm not, I feel like they got to be a little frustrated with Gabe so far, because he hasn't done probably as much as they were hoping. And yeah, there's the argument that he's out of his weight, but last year wrestling up at 184, he almost, he had a close match with Dustin Plott, who took third at NCAA's.
No, he took second.
Oh yeah, because they were at 84. That's right. Aaron Brooks was at 97 last year.
Hmm.
So, in that situation, you have to be like, oh man, like true freshman year, bumped up, like give him a whole offseason to grow into 184 and really train in that Iowa Hawkeye room and grow into the brands. It's like, oh, he's gotten worse. He's probably not going to start next year. He might transfer out because Angelo Ferrari.
No, that's just hearsay.
Patrick Kenny has another year of eligibility.
They'll make it work.
They will not.
Gavin Kane, by the way, is a he took eighth place 2 years ago.
Good. Good for Gavin Kane.
Okay, I'm going Reese Heller here.
I am also going reseller.
Okay, Jackson Smith, Jared McGill of Edinburgh.
I got Smith. I really thought he was going to have a better season though. But I mean,
Remember, he this is his first year at 84 though.
yeah, but when you're coming down, like if you're so confident coming down, like no offense to Maryland, but Jackson Smith could have gone any weight he wanted, really.
Yeah. Well,
So if you're coming down, it's because you feel so good coming down.
I mean, he's still the AC.
I'm not saying I'm just saying like he was one of the top 197s last year.
You think
And
he would be top eight at 197 this year?
no.
So then he made the right move.
Yeah, but then I expect him to do better, I guess. Well,
Mm,
it is national, so we'll see. Maybe he'll show out. Who knows? You
yeah.
know. We know. That's why we're gonna pick him right now.
Right. Bennett Berge of South Dakota State versus Dennis Robin of West
West
Virginia.
Virginia. Well, we don't, as the commenter has said before, like we show no respect to South Dakota State. Um,
I feel like we've been overcompensating
yeah, but
since
in
then.
this case, I am going with Bennett.
Yeah,
Um,
he's very solid. It's fourth place last year.
I'm only picking him for the reason that his brother wrestled for Penn State.
Come on. You
No,
gotta tie the ends any way
just
you
joking
can.
around there. I got Silas Allred as well.
of against Malachi Duvall,
Yeah.
George Mason.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I'll go all red. Why not? Okay, Evan Bachman, Iowa State versus Nick Fine of Columbia.
I haven't loved Bachman this year.
Me neither. I think I might go Fine with the
I was
upset.
gonna say like Nick Fine. There's got to be another Nick Fine because this name rings a lot of bells for me.
Isn't he a New England guy?
That's what I was thinking, or a New York guy that like he's somewhat local. It feels like. Uh, he I'm almost positive he's a local guy.
Bishop
Yeah, he
Hendrickson.
is.
He's
Yeah, Bishop
hometown
Hendrickson,
Cumberland.
Cumberland, Rhode Island. Yeah, I watched him. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna pick him then.
Let's go. Okay, Dustin Plot, Cole Mulhauser.
Plot all
Yeah,
day.
Plot's too solid.
Yeah, Plot is so. I'm still impressed with how the Ferrari match went. Like that's like Plot's.
Impressed with Ferrari?
Yeah, like Plot
Yeah,
is so tough to score on, and Ferrari just seemed to be comfortable having his way with him.
yeah. Mad Max,
Mad Max, dude, give him
Colin Fegley.
just keep feeding that boy. Freshman of the year.
Yo, he is gigantic. He made Carter look small.
Yeah, he's. Well, that's what I wonder if he's gonna be able to stay at 84 if he'll go up.
I mean, I guess he could because Isaiah Salazar is the senior, I think,
Yeah,
from Minnesota. 84 is going to be interesting for the next few years. Ferrari, your
sure.
favorite wrestler, Rocco Welsh, will be back.
Zach Ryder.
Nah.
Wah, talking about a world team. You're talking about a world
Well,
silver.
they could have Josh Barr go down and put
I don't think
Connor
so.
Mirasola at 97.
Uh,
Do you
I was
think
talking.
Mirasola would do better than Josh Barr?
No, at
Well, I guess, yeah,
197
I
right
guess that's
now, he beat
answered
him. He
because
measured.
Barr majored him or something.
Um, I was talking about this with somebody this weekend. I'm not going to name names, but they are Penn State affiliated. And they were like, we think one of the Mirasolas is going to transfer out.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, I said, in fairness, I said, it's a crowded room.
Yeah.
It's very crowded. And there's only going to be so many weight classes, and they keep bringing in new talent every year. So, some of the new guys that are coming in are kind of trying to figure out where they want to go in the lineup and where they have the best chance to start.
hmm
So it'll be interesting. I don't think Barr's going to go down at this point, though. And he's just going to commit to the 97 route.
Eddie Knightenbach of Wyoming versus DJ Parker of Oklahoma. I got to be honest, I don't know anything about either of these guys. I'll be flat out honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma. Although
I'll go with Wyoming, but
yeah,
Mike. Oh, Mike went Wyoming too. So there
nice.
you have it.
I have one high schooler that's a big big fan of Wyoming. The state
Uh,
itself, not necessarily the wrestlers, but like he'll always comment about Wyoming stuff. And
he
then
loves it.
he does. He's wrestling in college too. He said he's gonna be a heavyweight.
At Wyoming?
No,
Uh,
but he loves just the state of Wyoming in general. He just loves them.
he could go out there. Okay, Gabe Arnold versus Danelle Washington. Both guys on Carter Sirachi's
Shit list.
was it target practice?
Dartboard.
Was it
Dartboard.
blackboard?
Dartboard.
Dartboard. Yeah, yeah. Are
I
you gonna? I think Gabe can win this one.
I actually was gonna say I don't think they're even gonna wrestle this match. I think they're gonna just like Tanya Harding Carter. They're gonna gang up on him and like meet him in the alley. Um, yeah, I'd say Gabe Arnold's the better wrestler. If he loses, then it's gonna be funny.
He just doesn't score points, which is
He
sad.
doesn't. He really, and that's why like it's so weird because like the old Iowa way is just scoring constantly, and I feel like nobody does that now.
hmm
And what's funnier about it is like points are worth more, takedowns are three, backs are four.
Where are the Austin DeSantos and the Spencer Lees? I guess Bo Batts is gonna have to bring it back.
They must have paid him so much money to wrestle there, where it's like, hey, dude, we haven't had a Big Ten champ for 2 years. We're possibly not going to have another national champion this year. Um,
Best is Ayala or Buchanan.
Buchanan's on the same side as Ferrari, so one of them is going to have to make it.
I thought you weren't worried about AJ.
Not for the finals, for the
Oh,
semis.
okay.
Cardenas or Barr takes care of him. I'm not worried.
All right. Ross McFarland of Hofstra versus Chris Foca.
Foca.
Yeah, I'll go Foca. Seems like he's settled into 184. Isaac Dean, remember he had a big um Cliff Keen. I
Ryder,
think he
yeah.
beat Foca, maybe? It was his big win. No, he
Yeah.
beat who did he beat off the top of my head here? Versus Ryder Ragazzi. That's your fantasy team, right?
Yeah. I was like, Ryder's to me a good value pick because he's so boomer bust, and I think he's gonna come back.
He could get some bonus pins and
Yeah, that's what I
stuff.
mean. I think he can get some bonus wins.
He lost to so Isaac Dean lost to Dustin Plott 2-0.
Hmm.
He beat what was the
Escaping a
big
riding time
one?
point.
Oh, he beat Bennett Berge. And
Yeah.
he beat Jackson Smith. And he beat Reese Heller. He's had a solid season.
Now I'm going to Isaac Dean, but Ryder Ragazzi's gonna score some points in the back.
All right. I'm going Isaac Dean. Aiden Brenna of North Dakota State or Edmund Ruth.
I thought Evan Ruth would have a better season. I feel like that's safe to say.
I mean, he
Um,
lost to Will Ebert.
yeah, and Will Ebert didn't qualify, so
That's rough. But I mean, I'll pick Edmund Ruth to win this
I'm
one.
gonna pick him still. I mean, he's got the better record. It's this is a very interesting, like not a super competitive, record wise match.
Dylan Fishback of NC State or Maximus Hale of Penn.
Fishback.
Really? You're going Fishback?
Yeah, I have a buddy, a kid that I coached, went to Penn, and he ended up doing their club wrestling instead. But he became good friends with a lot of the wrestlers, and he says that they do not love their coaching staff. He says it's like a well-known thing of for their team is that they don't love their coaching staff.
Penn doesn't?
The wrestlers at Penn supposedly do not like their coaches and feel that they do not get the best at their coaches don't get the best out of them.
Well, that's why, Mark Hall left to go to Oklahoma.
Sure.
I don't know. Speculation. I'm actually picking Max Hale, and Mike picked Max Hale too. So
NC
upset.
State haters.
Colton Hawks or Parker Kekheisen.
Oh, could it be anybody but Keck? Impossible.
What was your comment about Shane Van Ness? It's always been and it will
Yeah.
always be
Yeah,
Parker
it's
Kekheisen.
the meme where it's like, wait, it's the two astronauts by the Earth. And he goes, wait, it's all blank, and he goes, always has been.
Mm,
You know that meme?
no.
I'll have to send it to you. And that's what I was thinking of with Shane Van Ness, where it's like it's gonna be Shane Van Ness. It's always been Shane Van Ness. It's always gonna be Shane Van Ness.
And yet Christian Piles did not pick him as one of his 6 Penn State champions.
Christian Piles didn't wrestle. Like people know that, right? Like he's just a super fan.
He never even wrestled like in middle school or
No,
high
he wasn't
school.
a wrestler.
How do you get into the fandom of wrestling without actually wrestling? I thought that was illegal.
One of the best coaches in Connecticut, who's if I say who his daughter is, that'll tip people off. He has like 500 dual wins. Never wrestled in general.
Wow.
I'll tell you who it is off camera, but I
Yeah.
don't want to like incriminate him or his family. Like, not that he's not done anything wrong. He's a great guy. But I don't want like it might be creepy for people to look him up.
Mm.
But I found out the other day. I didn't realize that he'd never wrestled. He's all this success, coached tons of high level guys, never wrestled a match himself, just picked up the sport randomly because they needed a coach one year.
That's bizarre. Carter?
Carter. Mike doesn't have him probably
He does.
for now.
I'm going Reese Heller over Jackson Smith here.
Yeah, give me reseller.
Wow, okay.
Uh,
And Mike also had Heller.
yeah. I got
I think
Bergie.
this is Berge, and I don't
Yeah,
think it's particularly close.
Bergie and then Fine. Just kidding.
Really? No,
Dustin
come on.
Blunt.
That doesn't
This is another one that's like pretty top heavy for the top few guys.
Yeah, definitely. Mad Max?
And Max.
Yeah. This is what it was like filling out 165.
Yeah. Gabe.
You have Gabe over Foca?
I want to see the kid be successful. Like I do want that for him. I think that someone made a comment about this the other day. They're like, we need Iowa to be successful for the fandom.
Oh yeah, that was Stetson.
Yeah, and he hit the nail on the head, dude. Like Iowa still draws in the most attention out of any sport. Like anyone that like every time Iowa takes the mat, people watch. It is may not be the best wrestling state or the best wrestling team, but they have the biggest fan base. We need Gabe Arnold to win. Like I want him to win, but like he just doesn't do enough. So it's gonna be Foca.
Whoa, you just switched your tune?
I want a Gabe, but it's got like the better wrestler
Oh.
is Chris Foca. Like
Yeah, I'm going Foca too. Mike actually had Gabe Arnold winning that one.
no, it just
Okay,
shows that he's a
Isaac
Penn State
Dean
hater.
or Edmund Ruth.
Dean, he's had some
Yeah,
big
I'm going Dean as well. I
yeah,
think he's going to
especially
be a sleeper here, especially when he beats Carter in the finals.
yeah,
Max Hale over Parker Keckeisen? No.
not even close.
Yeah. Okay, Carter versus Reese Hiller.
Give me Carter.
This is where I look at the brackets, and yeah, we all went Carter.
Yeah,
No funny business yet. Bennett
plot.
Berge or Dustin Plott. I think Plott is just he's always beating him.
Yeah,
He's just a level ahead. Okay, Max over Chris Foca.
yep.
Yeah. And Parker.
Parker.
Okay, we're all in agreement. We all have the semifinals.
I think that we're gonna
So these
disagree
two have never wrestled. They were both at 174 for several years, but
a
they never
while. Yeah,
matched up. What do you think the score of this is?
7-2.
You think it gets two takedowns?
Yeah. If if Angelo took down Dustin, I think Carter could.
You think Carter has more dynamic offense than Angelo?
Bit more dynamic, but like Angelo scores in unique ways. I think Carter just scores. Like that's where he. I said it a while ago. I was like, winners win, and Carter's a winner. And even if you don't think that, that he thinks that. And so, like in his mindset, he's like, I'm just gonna beat you.
Yeah,
Um,
he doesn't want there to be C's. He wants
yeah, he's
it
won. What did he
everyone
say?
to
Like
wrestle everyone.
that's it.
He wants to beat all 32 other guys.
I
Madman.
love Carter because like he'll say things like that, and then he'll wrestle like a 2 point match with somebody, and it's like not like it's not a exciting match at all, and it's a dominating 2.0 like 2-0 victory. But he'll be like just he'll talk about like yeah I'm gonna ruin his legacy, and
I'm
it's
gonna
like
piss on this freshman's grave.
yeah, and it's like he won on a ride out point. Like he's just he's a way. Look, the dude wins matches all the time. He just doesn't have a very high bonus rate. He's not a big point scorer, and that's fine. Like he just wins. Max McAnally, by the way.
Over Keckeisen?
Yes.
Seriously?
I was surprised he took down Carter. I think Max has had a great year. His only loss is to Carter in an overtime situation where Carter had to come back to win. Parker has one loss, technically, but not technically, to Carter as well. I felt like he was never in danger of beating Carter though. Like Carter was controlling the match the whole time.
I know you say this, but
What do you think?
well, they both went to overtime against Carter.
Yeah, but one was winning going before going in as overtime
But
approached.
you've even said that you never thought Max was in a position to beat Carter.
I didn't. I think Carter was still going to win, but I was like, wow, someone actually took him down. How long has it been since someone beat him on his feet?
Yeah, right, right.
Parker's best position is neutral. He
But do
couldn't
you
do it.
think Max could take him down again? Because I
No.
feel like that low single ankle pick kind of caught him off
It
guard. I don't
definitely
know
caught
if
him off guard. I think like I rewatched that a lot. I don't think it would happen again. At least,
he'd have to try something else, and he didn't
yeah.
really
I think
attempt
Carter was
anything else.
surprised that like he's like Carter's like, I'm the big dog around here. Like, guys aren't even gonna give me their best effort because they know they're gonna lose. And Max was just like, nah, F that. I'm gonna just wrestle the lights out of you.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Max is a sleeper, but I can't go against Ket Kaizen.
I can see either way. Like I said, I think people are gonna hate my choice. I think some people might love my choice.
I don't know.
Um,
Our dad, I think picked Max McAnally to win the entire thing. So,
nice. My dad did not pick Carter either.
uh,
He didn't make a bracket. He doesn't follow wrestling.
oh, Mike picked Ket Kaizen. So Ket Kaizen wins this one. Okay.
Well, I'm about to be outvoted here.
Why would you say that?
But I know you two.
Well, Mike did choose Ket Kaizen to win, of
Yeah,
course.
I no surprise there.
And you're choosing Carter?
I am. And you're gonna choose probably Parker
Ah,
because
this is tough for me because I'm influenced now.
yeah.
Especially since that one commenter was just like, "Oh, I'm so surprised they chose Mitchell Messenbrick to win it all."
How do you pick against Carter? He's
I
already
know,
beat.
that's where I'm torn.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well,
Like,
you pick against him because he's been taken to the brink in overtime, both matches, and we've been saying this about similar guys who wrestle matches close, like Bo Bartlett. If you keep towing that line to that overtime level, eventually you're gonna get caught one of these times, and you're not gonna come out on top.
I
He's
just
flying a little close to the sun. Can you agree with that?
he's like Icarus.
He is Icarus. It's like that scene from Heavyweights. You ever see Icarus?
I have seen heavyweights.
He quotes Icarus.
They killed the blob today.
Yeah.
The harpoon just
Yeah.
um I hear you, but I disagree. And the logic for me is that Carter just gets it done. I mean, how many times have we been like over the years, well, he'll lose this one, or he can't possibly win this one, and then he just gets it done. I mean, the dude just wins, and as much as you want to be like, well, it's an ugly win, or like he barely won, or that guy pinned himself. Um,
Mike's yeah, he's stuck on that Labriola match, but
he just wins, and you could love it or you could hate it. He's a winner, and I think that at the end of the day, he's training with the best room. He's trained with people that have beaten Parker multiple times. He's already beaten Parker once. You have to think he's gotten better since the first week, since the preseason. At least hitting his stride and peaking. And again, we've seen how far confidence can take you in this sport. There is nobody more confident than Carter,
I don't know.
especially.
Max Manacalli sounded very confident in his post-match interview, even after he lost.
That's why I picked him to beat Parker.
Mm.
But I think that Carter's like, "Psh, Parker's. I beat him once, dude. I'm just gonna beat him again." And it's not gonna be like I'm gonna take him lightly. He's just gonna go out and beat him, and it's gonna be an overtime win or a tiebreaker win or whatever it is. But Carter did that. He's been the. I mean, look how he beat um Makai Lewis when it
Well,
was no, we went from he beat him by like 3 seconds of riding time in the tiebreaker to dang near teching him.
that
I
was in
think
the All-Star match.
But my point still stands. Like I think that Carter gets better throughout the year, and he gets better against guys as his confidence grows. And I feel like he has to be like, yeah, I've already made the space in my trophy case for my fifth trophy.
Do you think if he loses, is it a bigger upset than Spencer Lee losing?
No.
Unless Carter
Well,
gets
well,
knocked
the
off in an
reason why
earlier
is like
round?
I think that what has Matt Ramos done since he lost to Spencer? And the answer is just not as much as Parker has.
No, but what if
Yeah,
he
but
loses to
Parker.
Max though?
Oh, if Carter loses to Max,
Yeah.
I think that's a big upset. Yeah.
But Max would have to beat Parker.
Yeah. And I think that's more reasonable.
So you think it's a bigger upset if Max beats Carter than if Parker does?
Yes. If
Even
Max
though Max arguably wrestled a better match against him.
I think that if Max makes the finals and beats Carter, it would be more of an upset than if Parker makes the finals and beats Carter.
But
The reason
Max could go on to be Max could be a four-time
four time.
NCAA
Yeah.
champion.
Well, that's my point. It's like it would be more of an upset because you have the young freshman who's already lost to him would now beat the guy going for this fifth time versus Parker, who's already gotten a national title, who probably would have had more if Aaron Brooks wasn't in his weight, who has dominated the field outside of Carter, and a lot of people still think it's a coin flip match. So I don't think that would
Oh,
be
this
as
is
much of an upset.
tough. This is tough. I might actually, I can't switch it now, but I might actually pick Max. I'm gonna surprise you and I'm gonna pick Carter here. But I think
You're
you're
doing
right
begrudgingly.
in the sense that I think Max is the more intriguing matchup confidence-wise than Parker, who, not to say he's not confident, but I think, I mean, we haven't seen many interviews afterwards, but he might be thinking to himself, "Oh man, how do I beat this guy?" type of thing. Whereas Max is like, "Oh yeah, I know what to do now." Or at least
Well, that's
that's the
like,
vibe I got from him.
when you have to imagine Max wrestles probably with Gable a little bit, or at least is being taken under Gable's wing, right?
Well, his head coach is Brendan Eggum,
Yeah.
who wrestled against Cale Sanderson in NCAA final many a moon ago.
Yeah, I was like many years ago. But Gable is someone that's also like not short for confidence.
Right.
I think that, you know, working with someone like Gable, even who probably gets his butt kicked, Max is learning a ton, and it's been huge for him. So
So there you have it. That's our 184-pound NCAA champion pick. We have here at Cactus Wrestling. We have three Penn State champions back to back to back weight classes here. Um, are you surprised? I mean, wow. I think I am. I would not have picked Levi, but
yeah.
we're past that.
Well, I said this last year. I said I thought that the 2025 team could be their best team ever. I said I think that everything's falling into place with them. I said I loved the guys that were coming in. I was pretty high on Josh Barr, Luke Liddell, as far as that. I didn't think Josh Barr was going to be in the national title conversation. I thought he was going to be an All-American.
Well,
And
Kale
we
said
have a job to do.
he's going to be ready. He's going to wrestle.
Yeah, so we
He
have a
made
job
it
to do.
sound like he'll be fine, but he could be buttering that up. We don't
Yeah.
really know.
Um, but I said like I thought they could have win a lot of weights this year, and they're kind of proving it. And other people believe the same thing, and even our own brackets, and our commenters are saying that they think this is going to be a really great year for Penn State. And especially like if Gable didn't come back, I think Greg has a really good chance to win that as well. But you'll have to tune in to see what we pick.
Yeah, I was just about to say you're gonna have to wait until we do 285 pounds. This is 184. Drop a comment down below. What are your thoughts? Who's gonna win? And last plug for the fantasy bracket lineup challenge. You got until Wednesday night. That's the last time you could submit. Over 90 participants so far, and you could win some Cactus merch free to play. So make sure you check it out in the description below. And stay tuned for 197 and 285.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.